Hello, Year 2. We are back for some more story time, and for the rest of the week, I'm going to be reading to you this story, which is part of the Seriously Silly Stories collection, and it's called Little Red Riding Wolf. So hopefully this should make us laugh. Okay. Oh, at the start there's a map, and I love a map. And it shows you where all of the Seriously Silly Story characters are from. It's exciting. In the very darkest corner of the deep, dark wood sat the big, bad girl. The big, bad girl was just about as big and as bad as a girl can be, and all the woodland animals were afraid of her. She hung about beside the forest path and carved her name onto trees. She shouted rude things at any little animal who passed by. Here there's a speech bubble, and she's shouting, "Come on, big ears, hop to it," to a poor little bunny rabbit. Of course they've got big ears, they're a bunny. The big bad girl tripped up little deer. She stole fir cones from baby squirrels and threw them at the poor little hedgehogs. The woodland birds didn't dare to sing when the big bad girl was around. But the person the big bad girl liked to tease most of all was a charming little wolf cub who often passed by on his way to visit his dear old granny wolf. If he's a wolf cub, how old do you think he is? Remember we did that in science. Little Wolfie was the sweetest, fluffiest, politest little cub you could ever hope to meet. He would run along the path, skippity-skip, carrying a basket of freshly baked goodies for old Granny Wolf, singing all the time, "I'm a little wolfie, good and sweet. I am tidy, I am neat. With the basket full of lovely grub, I am Granny's favourite cub." So he'd skip along singing through the woods. "What's in your basket today, little weedy wolfy wimp?" snarled the big bad girl. Apple pies, I'll take those. Jam sandwiches, very tasty." Oh dear, now there will be nothing for dear old Granny Wolf," wailed little Wolfie, and his little wolfy tears rolled into the empty basket. Think about how he might be feeling. Now the big bad girl's father was not big and bad at all. He was a kind old hat maker who loved hats in every shape and size and thought everyone should wear one night and day. But the sad truth was his hats were so awful that nobody would buy them. He had only sold one nightcap in his entire life, and this family, they were terribly poor. See all of his weird and wonderful hats. "I can't understand it," he sighed. "I make these marvellous hats from dawn till dusk, until my fingers are worn to the bone. But even my own daughter will not wear them. Please, my dear," he begged, "wear this one for me." "Father," answered the appalling child, "I would rather wear one of your old socks on my head than this hat. Why can't you get a decent job? Nobody's a hat maker these days. Couldn't you be a woodcutter like other people's dads?" Gosh, she is so rude to her dad, isn't she? Can't imagine anyone would ever be so rude to their parent. The big bad girl hated hats so much that as soon as her father gave her a new one, she would run into the woods and give it to a baby badger or a little squirrel to wear, whether they liked it or not. Then, to her father's dismay, she would return home barehanded, pretending she'd lost the hat in the forest. So not only is she rude, she's also telling lies. One day, however, the big bad girl's father made her a hat that was more ridiculous than anything he'd ever made before. This one was a real monster. It was bright red with a woolly bobble on top, little flaps over the ears and dangly bows to tie under the chin. It even had a small red cape to match. The old man was delighted with his creation. "Surely my daughter will love this one," he laughed, jumping up and down with excitement. But the big bad girl said, "Father, you have made some vile things in your life, but this hat is the pits. I would rather wear your old underpants on my head. You have as much fashion sense as a dung beetle. Goodness me!" As her father lay weeping in his workshop, the big bad girl stomped into the forest to find some unsuspecting little animal to wear the Red Riding Hat. But alas, this one was so awful that no one would touch it. Even the woodland Oxfam shop sent her away. The big bad girl sat by the forest path, wondering what to do. "Surely someone will be stupid enough to wear this hat," she said, and as she spoke, she heard a delightful little song. "I'm a little wolfie, smart and clean, never nasty, never mean. Hello, flowers, hello, trees, hello, humble bumblebees. And who should come along the path? Skippity skip, but little Wolfie." I'm going to finish there. I reckon we've got maybe another day or two in this book. So come back tomorrow to find out what happens next. Maybe you could write to me on Class Dojo or get your parent to email it to me. What do you think might happen next in Little Red Riding Wolf? I'll see you tomorrow.